I'm Maddie Drury, I'm a senior, and I'm a shooting guard. My goal for the season is to get farther than last year, so that is winning sectionals. My family, especially my mom and my dad, and my brother.
Welcome back to the Ken Carter Gymnasium just after a loss from the Husky boys. Ryan, how do you feel about tonight's game? What do you think of for the girls' game so far tonight?
The girls' team has had a really good season this year. They're at 12-7. They're currently sitting at second right now in the MSL East. Right behind them, though, is Rolling Meadows at third. This is a pretty big game here for the Huskies. A lot of momentum they can gain going into MSL East play. But I'm kind of looking at the matchup right now, not knowing much about these Rolling Meadows players, but I see a lot of size on this Rolling Meadows team.
A lot of height.
And something that Hersey doesn't really possess. They're one of the more smaller teams that I've seen at the girls level.
Absolutely, a lot of shorter players.
But you know, we were here. We watched them beat BG. We watched them lose the Prospect at the beginning of the season. So let's see what the Huskies can do now today.
Huskies getting ready to go into the first quarter. Rolling Meadows looks like they're still just sitting there, still talking to their team, it looks like. Now they're going to be coming on, and we're going to fade into the first quarter.
Yeah, the Huskies 2-3 in their last 5 right now. They just suffered a loss to number 21 in Indiana, Fishers High School. They lost 51-41, and now they face off against a Meadows team sitting at 13-4, 4-1 in their last couple of games. Get ready here for the tip.
Sadie Marks is probably our tallest girl that we have on this team.
Yeah, but in comparison to 6'4" Dahlia Granberry, Dahlia Granberry, 6'4", and a junior. And I see her bossing around her players early in the game. I thought she was the coach.
Wow. Right off the bat, Huskies going to lose possession of the ball. Not what you want to see right off rip.
Yeah, we saw the Huskies get off to a slow start against Buffalo Grove way back. I believe it was December 21st.
Ball is inbounded to Nellie Osterhus. I actually know the family. My sister, Mary Kate, played basketball with the youngest of them. Her name is Annie O. Really good family friends of ours. No, Nellie's a pretty good player as well.
Well, Lizzie Andriano just threw the ball out of bounds in pursuit for the center down low. First turnover there tonight for Rolling Meadows as Kate Donovan works the point.
Kate Donovan going to take it up, passes it over to Maddie Drury, to Kiki Kraft. Kraft going to go into the paint, go for a floater. It won't go. That ball is rebounded by Dahlia Granberry. Over to the corner to Nellie Osterhus. Osterhus with the pass into the paint. That won't go. That was Abby Rammel. Ball is going to go to Kate Donovan. Donovan going to take it up the court. Behind the back, over to Kiki Kraft. To Drury. Back over to Donovan. Donovan now. Taking it up to the top of the key. Trying to reset the offense, it looks like. Donovan with a in and out cross. Over to the floater. It won't go. Kiki Kraft is going to go off her hands. Ball is all over the floor. And Rolling Meadows is going to pick that one up. Into the corner. That's Rammel. And a travel. Abby Rammel, two turnovers already.
Yeah, Rammel, she had trouble possessing that ball. A little too high for her. Took a couple steps. And unfortunately, it's going to be
still a 0-0 ball game. 2 minutes down in the first quarter. Sadie Marks now at the top of the key. Over to Maddie. Over to Donovan. Back over to Grabowie. To Drury. Donovan open to the paint. Doesn't get the look. Marks back to Drury. Drury to Grabowie. Grabowie's been the three-point shooter of the team this year. Kraft now. Into the paint for Marks. Gonna go for a layup. Won't go. Trying to get a rebound, and it'll be out on, it looked like Grace Grabowie.
Yeah, almost there on that rebound. Tonight was Teacher Appreciation Night. You saw some of the teachers getting chances at free throws. Each of the students got to...
Shout out Mr. Murphy for our media class, who absolutely missed his.
Yeah, a lot of people. I only think 2 people made it, but each player got to pick a student that they really aspired or looked up to this year, and they got the chance to have him shoot a nice little free throw on Teacher Appreciation Night.
Murph was way off the money.
Murph was way clearly.
Donovan with the floater for the first points of the game.
Clearly, we now know why Murph was picked last in high school.
Murph likes to tell us that he was picked last for almost every game in high school. And Donovan with another floater.
Yeah, Grabowie started that steal right there. and then Kate Donovan picked up the scraps and put it in.
Sadie Marks now going to go for a block. That ball will go straight in for Abby Rammel, making up for those 2 turnovers right at the start of the game. Those 2 turnovers really didn't lead to anything for the Huskies offense. Do need to capitalize on that to win this game. Kraft into the paint, not going to go on the layup. Ball is rebounded by oh my gosh, Adriano. Wow, that was terrible. Donovan now, the top of the key. Grabowie now guarding Rammel. Rammel going to try to drive the paint, can't find anything. Adriano into the paint to Granberry, that will not go. Back over to Rammel, that will not go either. To Osterhus. Osterhus is going to get fouled in the paint.
Yeah, and we were talking about that Hup Cone matchup, Pomis versus, I'm blanking on his name, Ian Militek. But I'm excited to see this Sadie Marks, Dahlia Granberry matchup down in the paint. Got a lot of size there, height there.
Grabowie going to get the nice little steal there over to Kraft. Kraft through the legs, picks up her dribble to Donovan. Donovan, the play caller on this team. Kraft going to try to drive to the paint, can't find a shot. Drury into the paint for Marks. It's tipped by Granberry. And Meadows ball. Adriano going to kick it to Rammel. Rammel's going to go up for a 3. It won't go. Ball is out of bounds. White ball.
Some subs coming in here for the Huskies.
Coming in now is Fisher.
And both these teams, I talked about it at the last broadcast, both these teams young. In fact, there's only 1 senior on Rolling Meadows roster. I mean,
wow.
Unbelievable.
That
1
is
senior,
shocking.
Claire Cox, number 5, and I actually don't see her on the court.
You know, the Huskies, the boys team last year only had 1 senior as well with Jared Rigg.
Mm-hmm.
Really the captain of that team.
Where's he playing now?
Hope College with his brother.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Hope College beat NYU earlier, or a couple of years ago in the Final Four, I believe.
Really?
And then they went on to win it. NYU won the national championship last year.
Girls or boys?
For girls with
okay,
my sister's
girls,
team.
Yeah. Shout out Johnny Fahey's sister. I don't know if she's watching.
Murph is now in the booth after absolutely bricking his free throw earlier tonight. Granberry now at the top of the key. Kicks it into Rammel. Rammel is going to travel.
Oh, I thought that could have been a foul down there on
Good
Donovan.
defense from Kraft.
A little bit of a swipe.
Fisher going to kick it into Donovan now. Donovan going to make a play call here. Kraft back over to Donovan. Back over to Kraft. Back over to Donovan. Into the corner. A deep 3. It won't go. They're going to say Kraft stepped out of bounds. It'll be Rolling Meadows ball. Hanny just missed that 3-pointer.
And she was pretty lights out from 3. Remember that game before
She
break
was.
when we've done? She was pretty lights out from beyond the arc. You know, maybe she'll develop that touch a little later today.
Absolutely. Sadie Marks trying to guard Granberry in the paint. They're going to call a foul after the ball came down. Bit of a late call there, don't you think?
Yeah, I think that's a little late. I thought she was going to go up and dunk that. I mean, I thought she was going to throw it down. I mean, she's got the
Absolutely
height.
punch one. Granberry now going to go for a free throw. That one will not go. 4-2 game here in the first quarter. Granberry now. Also won't go. Donovan now going to take it up the court as the only points for the Huskies this game. Over to Hanny in the corner. Hanny over to Fisher, deeper in the corner. Over to Sadie Marks, into the paint. Over to Grabowie, also in the paint. That one will not go, just barely rims out.
Yeah, both teams struggling in the paint to get those shots in. You know, you'd think they're easy lay-ins, but there's a lot of hands, a lot of bodies in the way. Hard to get those shots through.
Meadows now.
And I'm noticing that Hersey's playing a very tight defensive setup right now. They're kind of congested into the middle of the paint right now, keeping Meadows to the outside. And Meadows, from what I see from it only being about 7 minutes into this game, they don't really have that depth from three. They're not really looking from three. They're trying to get it into the paint.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to get it over to Sadie Marks as Rammel's going to miss another layup. Here's Hanny now taking it up the court. And Fisher with a nice bucket. And a nice little pass there. 6-2 ball game here with 1:44 left in the first quarter.
Etta Fisher.
Bowie, it's a steal again. Hanny's just barely going to miss that one. And that'll be a foul.
As I was saying, Etta Fisher, the freshman, shooting 43% from within the 2-point area. Pretty good for a freshman.
Very good for a freshman. A lot of Miss Ludis was talking about a lot of good freshmen on this team. Very, very good basketball players over here.
Always love to see good freshmen.
Granberry's gonna pass it over. Pass it over to Adriano. That'll be stolen. Kraft now kicks it over to Hanny. Hanny gonna try to go up for Grabowie with a pass over to Donovan. A deep three. That will go.
Kate Donovan, lights out shooter from the 3-point line. You know, she averages about 3 3-pointers per game, and she's shooting 27% from beyond the arc.
I'm Maddie Drury. I'm a senior, and I'm a shooting guard. My goal for the season is to get farther than last year, so that is winning sectionals. My family, especially my mom and my dad, and my brother.
Donovan right at the end of that stood up, let it shoot right through the hoop like a spirit in the night almost. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, you know, like a spirit in the night, indeed. Where'd you get that lingo from? It's pretty poetic of you, Johnny.
You know, a little bit of Bruce Springsteen. Never hurt nobody.
No, never hurts anybody. Dad's a big Bruce Springsteen fan.
Me and Ryan both some old-timey music fans over here.
Yeah, we went to his concert way back. Not together.
Bend it two. Scheschling over to Osterhus. Osterhus now with a little couple of crossovers here, trying to get past Kraft. Can't. Granberry now.
I like the mask. It's very mysterious, you know, like you
bit.
know, Black Panther.
Who was it that wore it? Was it D. Wade?
Oh,
Dwayne Wade?
maybe.
That wore the mask in the NBA?
Yeah, D. Wade, Marquette alum.
Couple of people wore masks.
Oh.
And that looks like it should have been called a travel, and it will be a jump ball. It will stay Rolling Meadows ball.
It's going to Hersey. Never mind. Sessionero going Hersey's way.
Looks like they just switched it right as it went jump ball. I didn't see the switch. Husky ball. Grabowie will be inbounding it to Donovan. And a layup. Gonna go straight in. Wandler with a nice little layup there. Donovan trying to play some lockdown defense. Donovan looks like might have been all ball.
Yeah, it was all ball, but you know, little wraparound tip there. It would have been a nice steal for Donovan. Technically her second of the game if it would have happened. Looks like, is that our dance team over there prepping for a little halftime intermission?
Yeah, it
dance?
does look like the dance team is getting ready to go there. Drury just subbed into the game. Granberry into the paint, getting double teamed. Deep three, it won't go. That was Adriano. Looks like there's two sisters on the team. Izzy and Anna.
Grabowie, she threw some elbows around in there, trying to get that rebound, make sure she could get some space to make some passes.
Grabowie open in the corner, was gonna get the kick, but a foul against Meadows. Grabowie gonna be inbounding this one. Looks like the target's gonna be either Drury or Marks, not Sparks.
7 seconds, you want to get something going here. Maybe in the
I was
paint.
totally wrong. Here's Kraft now, 6 seconds left in the quarter. And a nice little spin around floater, won't go in. Handy's gonna try to get one up. It won't go. That's the end of the first quarter. 11-2, a pretty dominant first quarter, but you know, like they say, a king ain't satisfied till it rules everything.
Oh,
So
I like that one.
ready to go into the second quarter. What do you feel that Huskies need to do?
You know, obviously the Huskies have been attempting to get those steals. You saw Kate Donovan with almost 2 there in that first quarter. You know, if they keep being aggressive on defense and they really, you know, avoid letting Rolling Meadows get into the paint, I do think that the Huskies will win this one, and maybe pretty marginally. We'll have to see.
Absolutely. Getting ready to go into the second quarter here, 11-2. You know, I feel like the Huskies just need to keep going. Don't stop.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, don't let, like what happened in the game that we just watched, the boys game, don't let Meadows get on a run, especially after halftime. So.
Absolutely. And we're going to fade now into the second quarter of this game. Another tip that I would take is to not take free throw tips from Mr. Murphy after him bricking his free throw attempt earlier tonight. He just told me that it was terrible. It was a terrible shot. He's pretty disappointed in himself. And Ryan.
Yeah, it's like I said. It's like he was always why he was always picked last in you know, that lack of athletic ability. Pretty disappointing, you know. We'll see. Maybe he'll work on it for next year, right?
Hope so. Hope he gets picked again for Teacher Appreciation. If he does, you got to send me a text.
Well, if it's lacrosse, I'm not picking him because if he can't make a basket, I doubt he'll be able to throw a ball into a goal.
They're going to call a foul on Kraft, fouling Osterhuge. Osterhuge had a pretty nice move there, trying to get by her. Only way she was able to stay there was a foul. Osterhuge will be inbounding it now into Adriano. Anna Adriano. Both of the twins are in the game, Lizzie and Anna. Now to Adriano again, over to Osterhuge. Granberry into the paint. It'll be a foul on the shot. Definitely a foul there.
I did not see her get into the paint. She was around the arc originally at the perimeter, and she managed to make a pass cut inside and almost finish inside. Now she got 2 foul shots approaching.
Absolutely. And the first one will not go. That's her 3rd missed free throw of the night. Granberry now for her 4th attempt at a free throw for the night. See if she can hit one. And that shot will not go. Drury going to go for the rebound, and she will get it. Kicks it over to Donovan, who's going to take it up the court. Osterhuge and Adriano in a full court press, and that ball is way over the head of Grace Grabowie.
Deep pass there.
Like football pass.
Like a Hail Mary pass, you know, basically landed all the way in the streets of Philadelphia. I mean.
Speaking of football pass, still 7-0 in the Ohio State-Texas game. And Grabowie playing some lockdown defense on Adriano. Adriano going to try to drive to the paint. Gets stripped, but it won't happen. Granberry back to Adriano, and it's a foul.
It's a little 2-on-1
on the ground.
Marks there. Late into the game, you think it was Grabowie trying to get that steal down there in the paint.
You know, she looked a little bit slower out there with her feet there. Maybe she was trapped in some quicksand. Definitely not mud though.
Yeah, definitely.
Quicksand, it ain't mud.
You know, quicksand can't. You know, like mud, you kind of, you know, quicksand, you're kind of going down. You know,
absolutely. Granberry gonna go for it and get fouled again. Let's see if she can make
Grabowie complaining about
her
that
first
one.
free throw of the night.
Says her hands were up, feet were planted, but nope, foul.
She'll have her 5th and 6th shot of the night. Granberry now for her 5th free throw attempt of the night, and that one will not fall either. And that'll be a timeout from Meadows, it looks like. And it's 11-2.
I mean, they haven't put up a point.
My name is Kate Donovan. I'm a junior and I'm point guard. My goal this season is to go undefeated in conference. My mom, my dad, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins.
And coming back, 11-2, 7 minutes and 5 seconds left in the second quarter. Your Huskies lead it. Now,
I mean, Meadows is struggling to get some points going, get stuff going in the paint. Only 2 points in the last 9 minutes. the Huskies, they have a chance here, to really break away early in this game. If they could land 10 more points, that would be nice before halftime. Maybe make it like, 21-2.
That would be very nice. Here's Granberry now for her 6th attempt at a free throw of the night, and that one won't go either. Free throws are the biggest part of the game late in the stretch. Definitely affected us in the boys' game earlier, and now affecting Rolling Meadows girls'
Yeah, if
team.
they would have made those, they would have won.
Absolutely.
It's interesting. Didn't think of it.
There's
like
Hanny
that.
now passing it into Marks. It will get stolen by Osterhus. Osterhus way deep in Adriano. Adriano over to Adriano, the sisters.
Little sister-to-sister connection here. Just put it up.
Drive it into the paint and misses the backboard. And they're saying it's tipped.
I don't know if I saw many. I think she just. I mean, maybe it was
You know,
contact,
maybe
you
I mean,
feel like it
there
would've been a
probably
little
had to be
closer to
something
the-
there for
yeah.
that to happen. Adriano now. Into the corner for Osterhus. A deep three. That one won't go. Ramo with a rebound. That also won't go, but there's a foul.
Yeah, they're just really trying to get stuff going in the paint. They can't make shots. They're drawing fouls, but if they're not producing at the free throw line, you're not gonna be able to get many points on the board. So that's really why the Mustangs are struggling here.
Ramo with her first free throw attempt of the night. That one will go. 1 for 7 on the free throws tonight as a team. Not what you want to see at the start of a game if you're a Rolling Meadows fan. If you're a Huskies fan like us.
Well, no, we're unbiased.
Yes, very unbiased, but And the second shot will not go. 1 for 8 as a team. Hanny over to Grabowie. Grabowie over to Drury. Drury spin move. Osterhus interface, and that ball is off of Drury.
I think Jury,
Drury
she's
is
looking
not
for an
happy with
outlet
that call.
there. She just kind of got the ball lost in her hands and trying to make a play. I think she was more of that frustration was channeled towards her teammates. Not moving, not getting open, and kind of leaving her out to dry.
That's definitely a setback there. Maybe a little kick, First kick she took. Gonna hit the ground running. There we go. Granberry now into the paint for Rammel. It's weird to see Granberry passing it into the paint. She's usually the one in the paint. And that'll be fouled in the air, or on the shot. Here comes Rammel for her first shot. Second attempts at free throws of the night. And the first one will go, just like last time, a swish. Swish last time as well. Here comes her second attempt. 22.2%, if you do some quick math.
20 for what?
From free throw tonight for Meadows. Mom's a math teacher. She's watching it at home right now. Here's her second free throw attempt. And it will not go. That's 20% now.
Yeah, I'm not math-minded. That's why I'm in the booth right now.
Hanny now kicks it over to Kraft. And they're going to call a foul.
If I was good at math, I'd be out in the hallway selling concessions with the math team. But glad I'm here with John. I forever relish my moments with Johnny Fahey in the press boxes.
Almost done. Very soon to be done.
No, we got more. He's got more games in him.
Well, And then once basketball's done, it's baseball season. So,
well, I might be on some of those unless we'll see.
into the corner is Hanny. Kraft at the top now to Molster, the younger Molster. Drury a long 2, and it will fall.
Drury, that was almost a 3 for her from out there. She hits it from within the arc. Oh, and a nice little punch.
Steal. And here's Hanny now. Hanny to Kraft. Kraft's got an open look, won't take it. Kicks it into the paint for Marks. She's going to slip and fall. And it'll be a travel on Osterhus.
All right, looks like we're getting a timeout here. When we're back,
My My name is Kiki Kraft. I'm a senior and I'm a shooting guard. A goal I have is to win the MSL crossover game this year. My mom, my dad, and my grandma.
Oh, 13-4. Started talking a little bit earlier before my cue. 13-4, 5 minutes and 11 seconds here in the second quarter. Huskies pretty much dominating right now.
They're pretty, I feel like all the shots here that Rolling Meadows getting either at the free throw line, they had 1-2 earlier, but as Johnny said with that quick math, 20% right now from the free throw line.
They hit all of those. They hit all their shots. Right now they're down by 1.
All the free throw shots?
They had all their free throws. They missed 8.
Interesting.
They've missed 8 so far, so they're down 1. Another.
Yeah, I mean, and that's interesting you say that because it really shows that they're not out. Like Meadows is not out of this.
Absolutely not. It really feels like we've.
I feel like neither sides have gotten much going. I feel like Hersey's gotten more going offensively, like not being fouled, not at the free throw line. But I feel like Meadows is thanks to all the fouls that Hersey's committed, they're getting a lot of production going.
I believe the Husky boys missed about 7 or 8 free throws last game too.
4 or 5, I think.
But we're much closer into that game. Have a much better chance of winning if we hit 2, 3 of those. As Haney's now going to take it out the top. Looks at Ludus for a play call. Ludus is second year coaching. Here's Molster now. And it'll be a foul on Osterhus.
I understand Ludus came here from Fremd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same as
Coach
Wodolowski, Fremd coach.
Absolutely.
So clearly, we should inherit Fremd. Fremd probably doesn't like us that much.
Yeah,
Still some pretty good coaches.
Coach Yates over at Fremd recently has passed away. But one of the best coaches in Illinois high school history, passed away of cancer just last year, or just earlier this summer. Which is last year now. But terrible over there, and one of the best coaches in the history. And she coached girls basketball with Miss Ludus as the assistant coach over there for probably 20-some years. Granberry now at the top to Adriano. Adriano into Granberry. Off her leg. Try to save it before it goes out of bounds. Drury's going to stop it. Handy now. Taking it up the court. Driving real quick. Drury into Marks.
It's interesting. You were talking about coaches for Hersey. Ryan Kurkowski is the head coach of Rolling Meadows. He's in the MSL 300 win club. He's coached 17 seasons of basketball in general. He spent time at Elk Grove and spent time at Rolling Meadows. And as of January, as of now, he's 256 and 110 at Meadows. So a pretty good record there, and a member of the 300 win club.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what his record is from before Meadows?
It was I think it's like 64 and 20, something around that.
Granberry now getting locked in the
Don't
corner.
quote me.
Kicks it out to Osterhus for a deep 3. That one won't go. Drury's going to stop it from going out of bounds again. Over to Haney, who's going to take it up the court. We haven't really seen Donovan in this game in a
She
decent
hit some
amount of time.
She had a big 3 early on. She finished in the paint earlier, and she got 1.5 steals. But that was all in the first quarter. She hasn't really done much since, but done a good job orchestrating the offense and really kept the flow going.
The offense has looked very good for the Huskies tonight.
All right, 3:23 remaining. Looks like we're getting some subs in from either side.
Yeah, you got any shout-outs for tonight?
Well, just the same crew. My mom, dad, grandpa watching. I don't know if my grandpa's watching anymore.
Here's Molster. Trying to get a little pick there. Won't work, and she will foul.
Guess I'll shout out this crew once again.
I got to shout out.
Yeah.
I have to shout out my boy Chris LeBlanc up in the stands right now of the boys basketball team. Chris LeBlanc, just a junior, could be playing a lot next year.
Yeah, there's a lot of juniors on the boys team.
Here's the first free throw attempt.
Another miss.
Yeah.
interesting how many fouls Hersey's committed so far. We have Maddie Drury right now with 2. I believe that's the most, has the most fouls right now on the court.
All right, a steal instantly, and it's going to be a miss. Very lucky that she didn't make that, as Adriano is going to get that ball, and it'll be a jump ball, Meadows ball.
I believe that was Wandler with the turnover there. It's a mistake that you can't really make, especially with 3 minutes remaining in the first half. You know, this is, you know, Rolling Meadows, if they want to carry momentum in the second half, it's a good chance to get some points on the board.
Absolutely. Kraft now taking it up. Nice little spin move there. Over to Hanny. Opening the paint is Fisher, going up for the layup, not going to go. And a rebound from Kraft, and an and one. She will get the free throw attempt now. Let's see if she can complete the three-point play.
Kraft shooting 65% from the free throw line. One of the top shooters for Hersey. And a miss there. So we got to travel down there low on Wandler.
Passing the ball is Adriano to her sister. Adriano. Lizzie and Anna. Back over to Johnston. Johnson into Cruz. Cruz going to try to drive. Oh, Rammel, I apologize. Back over to Adriano. Back over to Johnston. Johnston just sloshing. And a deep 3, and that was way off the money.
I believe that was tipped.
Kraft going to go up for another layup, and it will go.
Kraft
Her fourth point of the night.
Yeah, she's putting together a pretty good last couple of seconds.
She said on her interview she wants to score a couple of more points, and that's exactly what she's been doing this season, doing a little bit more.
We have a travel call on the floor, so there's kind of a little brawl waiting for that.
You know, a little bit of a roll there. That kind of makes sense.
Huskies up 15 with 2 minutes remaining here in this first half.
Fisher now. Looks kind of like the end Rolling Meadows play. You got 4 lined up. Nothing, it didn't look like it at the end though. Here's Kraft. Over to the outside. That'll be swatted away.
We could have made an argument for a foul on that play. Looks like
that was Lexi Marias.
Yeah, Lexi Marias kind of got hit high.
Adriano calling for someone to move. Granberry now at the top of the key. Rammel for a layup, won't go. And a board by Kraft, who's putting together a pretty nice game so far.
Getting a lot of boards, getting a lot of points.
And Lexi's gonna kick it out. Won't go on the shot.
What I like about Coach Ludis's team is how much she uses the bench. We've seen a lot of different players come in. It looks like we've seen 9 players on the floor.
And
10 players on the floor.
Johnston looked like she couldn't decide whether they keep going or go for the shot, and that will be a double dribble. Passing it in will be Fisher to Marks. And she's not going to use a dribble yet. Over to Fisher. It's a 2-on-2 over here. The Meadows girls are trying to get back. Everyone's back down the court as they slow it down. 50 seconds left here in the first half. Here's Lexi driving out to the paint for Hanny. Way over the money. And it'll be Rolling Meadows ball. Hit out of bounds.
Yeah, Hanny struggling a little bit from 3 today. It's her second missed one. Hopefully she can pick it up here in the second half.
You know, I got my cousins at home watching as well. Real athletic family over there. We got a cheer captain in my cousin.
How old?
I think middle school right now. Okay. And then I got a star soccer player in Kate and a star basketball player in Addie. We got 3.
You have 2 Kates in your? Oh no, one's Mary.
One's Mary Kate. Those are cousins too. There's another deep 3 there. But some real good athletes over the family.
Yeah, they're
Mora is in 7th grade.
They're picking up the traits that Johnny never had.
Wow.
The athletic
okay.
traits, you know. Gotta go to one side of the family.
Thank you for that.
Not
And
discording
not
your
gonna miss
sister.
her. And as Ryan continues to talk smack, we will go into halftime. Right before we go into halftime, how do you feel about this Husky team so far?
I'm feeling pretty good about this Husky team. I mean, they've really, withheld Meadows to playing a style of game that they're not comfortable in. Meadows has also struggled in departments where they shouldn't be, like at the free throw line. I think they're shooting like 15% now. So, if you're Meadows right now, one, you got to make those free throws, but two, you got to get more production like that last three that we just saw. So yeah, that's really how I feel going into the second half.
Perfect. We will see you after halftime. second half of the Hersey girls basketball game versus Rolling Meadows. Pretty dominant performance so far from the Huskies, being up 19-7. You know, not much else that Rolling Meadows could do. Huskies are playing some really good basketball.
Yeah, Huskies are playing pretty good right now, and I'm a little out of breath.
You know, if we sound a little out of breath, me and Ryan were doing a little speed competition a little bit earlier as we're going to fade into the third quarter. You can make your guesses down below who won.
It was me.
Ryan's a little bit out of breath.
You know, because you just pulled me, like, I literally got pulled off. I was like I was about to run 22 flat, you know?
Yeah,
I
but
got pulled off.
You ended up running slower than me, though.
Because I'm in a suit. You were wearing gym shoes. I was on my bare feet. As we begin.
And the ball is passed into Adriano. Adriano now going to kick it to Osterhus. It's going to go right off her foot, and a not so good pass. Ryan now tying his shoes. He had to take them off when he was running. Really unprepared.
I was more than prepared. I just heard that there was a turnover from Osterhus.
Grabowie. Bang! A deep three.
She's shooting this year. Grabowie, she's only shooting 27% from three. Actually, as I say that, it's one of the higher numbers on this team. And I think that she's 1 for 1 today.
Absolutely. Donovan now coming up the court. Driving in. Nobody else coming onto her. Granberry looks like she wants nothing to do with Donovan. Gonna miss. Marks with a nice under the arm.
This is a good start for the Huskies, especially since Meadows can't get anything going on offense.
Coming up the court now. That's Adriano. And kicks over to Adriano again. Now to Rammel.
You know what, I'm hoping that this game stays below double digits for Meadows.
That'd be pretty tough to do.
That'd be fun though.
Would be pretty fun. Here's Donovan now, fouled in and one.
Wow, 3-point play, 2-point play. Not an opportunity here for a 3-point play. Kate Donovan steps up to the free throw line. She's shooting 54% at the line.
Makes it 26-7, as that'll be a full timeout from Meadows.
I'm Sadie Marks. I'm a sophomore and I'm a power forward. My goal is to go 10-0 in conference. Shout out to my parents and my brother.
And we are back 26-7.
When we came back from before the break, before we came back, we had a performance from our Orcasis team. I believe it's their first one of 2025 this year. First one, so did pretty well, in my opinion.
Pretty huge lead here. Exactly what you need.
Talking about Orcasis, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. I totally missed when you said Orcasis. Yeah, they came out for a little bit. Pretty good performance.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
Donovan will be shooting one after the three-point play attempt. It is very hot up in this booth. Donovan now going for her first and only free throw attempt on this time. And that one will fall. And the three-point play is complete. 27-7, 20-point lead for the Huskies.
And honestly, like, this is the scoring right now for the Huskies is pretty below average for what I've seen, right? Like, it was the BG game, they had like 34 at half. You know, I feel like this will be a pretty low-scoring game.
Trying to hold them within 10, as you said.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Granberry going for a fadeaway layup, not going to go. 3-on-2, doesn't matter. Kraft from three, won't go.
And this Meadows team, this isn't a matchup against, like, you know, some bottom-tier MSL team. I mean, they're 13-4 going into this game, 3-1 in conference.
And a layup, and now 1 point away from Ryan's.
It just seems that, like, right now, like nobody can really touch Prospect, the team that Hersey lost to earlier in the year. And a team that's probably favored to win the MSL East and maybe even the MSL as a whole.
Absolutely. Pretty hard team to play against. We lost to them. And
it was a close game, very close game.
Very close game throughout the whole way.
Couldn't sink some shots late in the game, though.
Here's Donovan now coming up the court. Play calling. Over to Kraft. Starters still pretty much in this game. Key players up 20. Or, I apologize, up at 18 now. Donovan, ball gets tapped. Over to Drury. Drury to Grabowie. Got Granberry on her though. Marks into the paint for Kraft. Fade away, won't go.
Keegan Kraft's hit a couple of those types of shots today. Fortunately misses that one.
Donovan was trying to get a little steal right at the end there. Osterhuge, deep three. It won't go, just barely missed. And a foul.
Grabowie thrown down to the floor right in front of the ref.
Pushed in the back. Drury now going to be inbounding this one. She's laughing with the ref. And Marks now to Donovan. Back to Donovan. Kraft now back over to Donovan again. To Drury. Finds Kraft in the corner. Was trying to look for a skip there, trying to get Donovan again. Back to Kraft. She's wide. Deep three. Won't go. Grabowie with a rebound now over to Marks. And a foul and an and one. Their third and one of the night.
What a rebound there by Grabowie. Way to be in the right position. Move it over to Sadie Marks to get the finish.
Their third three-point attempt here. Not three-point attempt, three-point play attempt.
Yeah.
That one will not go.
And these Huskies have just been proving it all night that they're the top team here. You know, it's just, hopefully they can continue this momentum, this energy, and keep it going here.
Absolutely. Adriano now trying to drive into the paint. Ball is going to go out of bounds. Drury now going to be inbounding this one. Back over to Drury. A deep pass on the full court press. Donovan trying to drive in. Back up to Drury to Kraft. Gonna drive in to Marks. Gonna be a foul on the shot. Another late call.
It's a late call, but I see where the rest coming from. A lot of contact down there.
Sadie Marks will be shooting two here.
Some freshmen and sophomores coming in now for the Huskies. First one falls. It's now 30-9, staying below that 10-point mark.
You know, Rolling Meadows can't really seem to start the fire. Kind of seems like they're dancing in the dark a little bit. Can't really get that fire going. Adriano's now going to pass this ball in. Hanny playing some lockdown defense on Osterhuge. Osterhuge's going to get past her, though. Osterhuge now driving in, misses the layup, but it looks like there was a foul before the shot.
Yeah, Osterhuge, you know, she's just born to run down that side. You know, she's getting in, made her way around Hanny. That was pretty good defense there by Hanny, but.
You know, for Meadows, Osterhuge with a deep three, won't go. You know, for Meadows, it could be able to come back from this game as Granberry is going to go up and get fouled on the shot.
As you were saying,
they got to talk about this dream and try to make it real, because it's a pretty far stretched here, 21-9, or 21-point lead for the Huskies. Going to have to try to, you know, work a little bit harder here. Talk about that dream, try to make it real.
Yeah, you know, and again, all these teams in search of that, you know, that promised land, that holy grail, that MSL East title. And, you know, that right now the Huskies, they've done it before. They're looking to do it this year. Prospect stands in the way, though. But, you know, these types of games, they build character for this team.
Absolutely.
And, you know, come whenever we play Prospect next, I think it's in 2 weeks, maybe put together a big win.
For sure.
You know, stop fighting those ghosts.
Just talk about that dream, you know, they might not be able to do it. You know, if all dreams came true, that would be pretty nice.
You don't want to leave them out in the back streets, right? You want to be out there front and center, winning.
Now into the ball, or inbound in the ball, is Johnston.
Oh, and Grabowie comes in like a wrecking ball on that last play, knocking that ball out of the hands of the Rolling Meadows player.
Grabowie trying to get a block there, and it's a shot made by Ramel.
Well, I thought it was going to be under 10. Didn't happen. But that, that would have been cool. I've never been to a game where a team scored under 10 points. I know I'm kind of bashing Rolling Meadows right now, but I feel like, it would have been a little cool experience.
So they got to the 12. They broke your little record there a little bit. Although a little while ago after that free throw. But still holding them within 20 would be a very successful feat for these Huskies. First shot attempt for Donovan. Drury now summoned in the game. And Kiki Kraft.
How did finals treat you, Johnny?
Finals, I got every grade that I needed to get.
That's why they call you Johnny 99, right? You're always getting those
99%.
99%. Call you that for a reason.
Ball goes out of bounds off of Kraft.
He's never perfect, but almost there, right?
Yeah.
It's like the last man standing out there.
Donovan now. Top of the key. Going to call a play here.
But Johnny, you ever play basketball?
I did play basketball back in the day.
Oh, back in those glory days?
Back in the glory days.
Back in those glory days, yeah. What were you, like a perimeter shooter, down in the paint, lockdown defense?
I was more of a drive to the basket, trying to get a layup. That's what my dad taught me to do, growing up.
Yeah. And
sometimes I'd be in the paint, I'd get scared, I'd stand stone still at midnight.
Really? Midnight?
Yeah.
It's a little random there. As Michael Jackson would say, maybe you should beat it, get on out of there instead of standing at midnight, right?
31-12, just 2 minutes left. 2 minutes, 46 seconds left in
the third quarter. We still got another one here, folks. And the Huskies right now up by about 20 points.
Mm-hmm. And another missed shot on the free throw from Granberry.
She's been struggling at the free throw line today. She's missed numerous, as it looks.
Shot just barely missed.
Yeah, I mean she's missed 6, 7 today.
That
a little freeze out at the free throw line.
The clock right behind him. She could have been blinded by that light.
Oh yeah.
But
I mean, there's not much, but it's not that bright.
Just a little bit of the clock.
Not that bright.
Here's Drury. Deep three. It won't go. Just barely missed. Hanny gonna go back up for it. It's blocked by Ramel. Hanny with a rebound over to Kraft. And a timeout.
That's actually like to see from Hanny. She's got a hungry heart, right? Coming in there, diving on the ground, getting those rebounds as we go into a timeout.
My name is Grace Grabai. I'm a senior and I'm a shooting guard. My goal is to win conference and have a winning season. Shout out my mom and my grandparents.
Rolling Meadows down by a decent amount here, but they're probably thinking no retreat, no surrender here.
No retreat, no surrender.
They're going to try to come back and win this game.
Big chance here, big chance here to get some points on the board to really bring it back. Only a 19-point game. And again, I really want to stress those missed free throws right now by Rolling Meadows. If they make some more of those, it's a much closer game.
Absolutely. They've missed about 10 or 12 of those at this point, which, you can't do as a team. Taking up the court is Donovan. Over to Kraft. Back over to Donovan. Drury's open in the corner. Not going to look for her. Over to Kraft again. Going to hit Drury. Defender gets on her quick. Hanny from three. That won't go. Granberry's going to go for it.
Donovan trying to go up for the steal there. Meadows tries to push it inside. A little fall there. Nice to see all the teachers in the house tonight, especially after teacher appreciation, but there's even teachers who weren't even appreciated who
Coming
are
in to
still
see.
here supporting their team.
My business teacher, Miss French, doing the scorebook right now.
Yeah, a lot, you know, some of my former teachers around right now. Now, I'm sure they'd rather be out in the street, but, you know, spending their night in here, working that night shift.
Yeah,
right?
you know, right after every time they get a basket, they get a free throw or basket, it seems like they kind of lose it a little bit, taking like one step up and 2 steps back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ball is inbounded to Kraft to Drury, back over to Donovan. Donovan over to Kraft. A little bit of a fast break there, but it's slowed down. Drury now taking it up. Tries to pass it to Donovan, but loses it. Passes it to herself, but nothing is called. Donovan with a nice little floater.
Step back right there. You know, she's the one. She's tougher than the rest, getting those shots off. And those, you know, those scenarios, you know, she's pretty heavily guarded, finding the opening.
You know, this Hersey team, very young. They're kind of on the rising right now.
They are on the rising, especially since that rough start, right? But in these, actually, I will say 2 and 3 in their last 5. So maybe not rising as much. You know, they're falling down into like the Badlands. You know, like they're not really you know, they're not putting it all together right now, especially during Christmas time. But hopefully, after, you know, Santa Claus came to town, right? They're really bringing it up tonight.
Hughes now coming in. Hughes going to kick it out to Adriano. And a deep 3 from Rammel. Over to Donovan now. Just hit that little floater. Maybe she's going to shoot another one. I say she's on fire.
I think she's on fire. I'm on fire.
She'd probably be saying I'm on fire.
Yeah.
Back over to Donovan. To Kraft.
Long pass.
To Grabowie, a deep 3.
Oof,
Not going to go. Here comes Wandler. Also not going to go. Jump ball. It'll be Huskies possession.
See Wandler fight for that one back.
Donovan will inbound the ball. Ball from Donovan to Wandler. Top of the key to Drury. To Grabowie. Grabowie kicks it out. And a deep 3 from Drury. Will not go, just barely. And that ball is out of bounds on Rolling Meadows.
Oh, pass missed down low, looking for Wandler. She's heavily guarded there by Granberry, who's all over her trying to receive that pass.
Kind of seemed like she didn't really see that defender there.
Yeah.
You know, kind of, you know, like a pretty brilliant disguise, I would say, right behind
That's
her.
a Bruce Springsteen song.
That is a Bruce
I like
Springsteen
that.
song.
You know, that's creative right there. Yeah, obviously Johnny and I, Bruce Springsteen fans. Johnny probably a bigger fan than I, but
Diehard fan over here.
that's the end of the
That's
quarter.
the third quarter. Coming into the fourth quarter, the Huskies lead it 33-14. How do you feel that the Huskies are doing right now?
Yeah, Huskies have just been keeping their momentum going since that first half. You know, but because the night is still pretty young, right? We still got another quarter going. You know, they're not out of it, but I'd hope to see Ludus put in some backups. You know, put in some players who don't normally see the court, and you know, really attribute to the rising of this team, the rising of so. I'm looking forward to maybe not a big fourth quarter in terms of scoring, but a nice fourth quarter in seeing players who don't normally see on the floor get out there.
And you know Meadows is going to try to keep the faith right now and try to come back and try to, put some points on the board as well.
You never want to admit that you're out of it, right? You always want to stay in there. So, Meadows, and again, they've missed free throws. I guess they're not out of it, but we'll see.
And we're going to fade into the fourth quarter. And teams are getting ready to come out. Here come the Rolling Meadows girls. You know, it'd be nice to see Ludus bring in some girls taking care of their own, you know, getting ready to go. Ball is passed in to Adriano. Donovan playing some face guarding defense there. Grabowie going to go for the ball and fouls Rammel. Rammel's going to go up for a layup anyways.
Quick foul right away.
She hits the shot. 7 minutes left in the game. Or 8 minutes left in the game, I apologize. You know, Huskies, it's been a long time coming. They needed a big win, I think. And they are succeeding at doing that.
Well, and it's really just because of these free throws. Like this past 4th of July, I was in Asbury Park, and I didn't notice. Like this is the most free throws I've seen missed since I was there. I mean, it's just too many to count, and really it's hurt the team. It'd be a much closer game.
Absolutely.
If they made most of
it
those.
would be. They've missed about 12 or 14 of them at this point.
And you know, it's been a team effort, not just one player.
Yeah, you need to come together as a team and make some free throws.
Was that a reference to the Beatles? No. I know, just, you know. I feel like
that wasn't supposed to be, but you can take it.
I feel like you're like sneaking in song stuff right now.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Donovan to the corner for Drury. You mentioned, Kiki Kraft going in, driving past a couple of girls. Not going to make the layup, though. You mentioned earlier Asbury Park. I'm pretty sure that's something to do with Bree Springsteen. I'm not 100% sure, though.
I would know. I'll have to ask my dad when I get home. We were over there, though.
How many have you been to concerts?
Concerts? I've been to one. That's at last row, 400 level. Wow. Couldn't see anything. Well, actually, I could see the stage, but like, it wasn't great seats. But you know, I was basically forcibly dragged there. You know, like I
can't even believe that. A great artist.
Yeah, it's you know, I would have rather been spending my time.
You know, she's Rammel with a nice little layup there. She's probably thinking, cover me. Like, get these people to cover me.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody is covering
she's really been like the one that like shining star, right, for Rolling Meadows. You know, she's really the one that's been contributing in the second half.
That'll be a timeout, a full timeout for the Huskies.
I'm Maddie Drury. I'm a senior, and I'm a shooting guard. My goal for the season is to get farther than last year, so that is winning sectionals. My family, especially my mom and my dad, and my brother.
33-16, 6 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game. You know, it's been a pretty good game so far. What do you feel about Rolling Meadows?
You know, Rolling Meadows, you know, they probably just have some high hopes right now that they can make it out of here in a pretty tight, you know, make it look better than the scoreboard actually says. But in general, it's been a pretty low-scoring game. I mean, for either side. I mean, if I'm Hersey, yeah, you're probably coming out with a win, but I wouldn't be happy because you haven't like you know, you were putting up more points earlier in the season. If you look at their past couple scores, you know, put up 41-40. Well, actually, maybe not. But,
I was talking with Ms. Ludus just before the game. She said she has some pretty high hopes, but this team has been very good this season, Rolling Meadows.
And
they were a little nervous.
Looking at Hersey's, their next 3 games. Next, they on the 13th, they will take on Nazareth Academy, number 15 in the state. Then they go and play at Elk Grove, and then they come back home and they take on number 7 Waubonsie Valley. Yeah. So you have 2 top 15 teams up in your schedule. Yeah. So you know, this is really a character building week upcoming for the Hersey team. You know, you can either, you know, fade away, you know, fall back and lose those games. You could spring forward and get some big time wins and maybe boost yourself up to the rankings.
Of course, and right now Rolling Meadows has absolutely seen better days, but not going to quit at this point. Osterhugh's going to take it up the court, and she'll be fouled by Kraft. Kraft does not like that call. Ball will be inbounded by Adriano. You know, with Sadie Marks out there, such a tall person in the paint, it's kind of like getting through a jungle land, man. It's tough trying to get through a defender like that. Tall, lengthy, it's hard to not get blocked by a defender like that.
Well, I actually like that the Rolling Meadows student section is still in it.
They're still in it, still loud. Grabowie into the paint to Marks. And a nice bucket. See, Marks can stop you on defense and get you on offense.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Sadie Marks, she just been a big role player for this team, especially at a young age.
Absolutely, and that ball is deflected. Donovan will get it. 5:30 left. Marks coming up the court again. Fadeaway layup. Gonna roll in and out. Quite unfortunate. Donovan tried to get the steal there. Looks like Adriano really can't dribble with the left hand. Can't get by the left, so Donovan is trying to keep her left. Wasn't able to keep her left there. Here's Adriano from 3. That won't go. Rebounded by Kraft. Tipped by Donovan there. Kraft gonna push off a little bit, I think. Grabowie for 3. That won't go. Drury with a rebound back out to Grabowie again. She's not gonna shoot it.
Grabowie hit one earlier in the game, just couldn't get one there.
4
last
minutes,
2.
43 seconds left. 40 seconds now left in the game. Kraft to Drury. Drury with the long 2 again, and that will fall. Her second shot, almost the exact same shot on the other side.
Yeah, if you look at Hersey, they don't score much in the fourth quarter. They average 9.4 points per game in the fourth quarter. We've obviously seen that today. They're not really putting that much up. They really haven't put that much up all game. They really just that explosive first and second quarter, which has contributed.
Absolutely. As there's going to be some subs coming into this game now. Just 4 minutes left in the game. Drury gonna kick it into Marks. Back to Drury, over to Donovan. Donovan now to the corner for Grabowie. Grabowie just gonna drive past a bunch of girls. Over to Marks, and another layup from Marks.
And Marks standing there like the last man standing on that play. You know, getting in there, getting the play. Some bodies on the ground. It's nice to see.
The ball is stolen. It looks like it's all over the place. Can't tell from here. Ooh. Jump ball. Kraft hit in the face real hard there.
Yeah, but it's okay. Kiki's back. So
we'll hope she's all right here.
Big hit. You don't want to take those hits at the end of the game.
Absolutely not. In a game like this, you don't want to see that.
It's like the trainers are going to come out.
Looked like she's covering up her eye, maybe hitting the elbow. We're going to take the camera away off here just to make sure that everyone's all right on the court. Don't want to show any injuries.
Yeah, but you don't like to see the physical play. You know,
absolutely not. Don't want to see that whatsoever.
It's not a close game. Sorry.
In a game like this, a blowout game, you don't want to see someone get injured this late in the game. But not at all. It's not what you want to see. But the Hersey girls have been playing some really good offense so far. How do you feel about this defense for Rolling Meadows? How do you feel like?
Yeah, they just been leaving too many gaps, too many holes open for that Hersey team to penetrate through.
Absolutely.
So, I think that Hersey really just needs to keep their game plan straight and really start focusing on the next game, start practicing for that next game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
get ready for those next couple of games against some
pretty
big opponents.
Pretty big opponent. Yeah, number 15 in the state, number 7 in the state. It's kind of eerie quiet going on right now.
Yeah, it is a little quiet. We're trying to be not be too loud.
Disrupt. Kiki's still trying to work her way back up, but Meadows defense overall, I think it's kind of a learning lesson right now, and you want to go back, work on some stuff. I understand that their next game is on the 13th as well. They take on Larkin High School, so we'll see here, but we're hoping that. Looking forward a little bit. We're hoping that we can be back in the studio in about 2 weeks. Is that when's senior night? You know where senior night is?
Senior night is coming up pretty soon. They just put the posters up on the wall right behind us. You can't see it, but they're right under us right now. But senior night should be coming up any time now, as Kraft is going to get up on her own, and she'll be walking off the court. She looks like she's going to be all right. Real glad to see that.
Just
you never want to see someone get
a little rattled there,
Yeah, of course.
It happens to the best of us. A little bit of exhaustion too. She played a lot of minutes today.
A lot of minutes. Some good defense, some good rebounds. There's a couple of points. She's standing there. Looks like she's covering her upper eye. So maybe just hit a little bit too hard up in that area. So
slowly making her way
off the court. And we'll be right back into the game here in the fourth quarter. Just 3 minutes, 38 seconds left in the game as Kraft is walking off the court, and looks like Hanny will be taking her place.
All right, just a little update for those of you watching us instead of the Ohio State-Texas game, which we're glad you are. Ohio State up 14-7 right now on Texas in the middle of the third quarter. You know, a lot of college football. I know you're not that big of a college football fan. Neither am I. More of a college basketball guy. But
I did catch the end of that game last night, Notre Dame, Penn State. What a game that was.
That was a game. That was a really good game. But I still think Arizona State should be in the.
That was also, they gave him a really good game there.
Right.
But
Well, I think that was a pretty controversial
yeah,
call at the end. It was
not what you want to see
targeting.
in such a big game, but
yeah.
what are you
and
going to do?
We saw some of those in the boys' game too. A lot of controversial calls.
Two
under
pretty
30
bad
seconds
calls
left.
right around the end, but you know you got to make those free throws.
Well,
and
and
you can't be
I will
down.
say
You can't be down by 3
refs have
without the
different
ball.
vantage points than us. I mean, maybe that was perfectly the right call to make at that time.
And I think the main point is don't be down 3 without the ball
Yeah,
late
sure.
in the game. You got to hit those free throws. Give yourself a chance. Let them beat you. I feel like we kind of beat ourselves a little bit tonight. Meadows almost beat themselves as well. They couldn't really throw the ball anywhere. The passes were all over the place. Communication wasn't there. Ian wanted some teammates to set screens, but they weren't doing it. Did not get happy about that. But the communication just wasn't there tonight for Meadows, and they still came out on top, just barely, as we lost just by 3, right as the missed three-pointer right at the end.
23-point game. A little less than 3 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Adriano.
I'm just noticing that number 15 for Rolling Meadows, Abby Ramel, has most of their points with 10 points.
Absolutely. She's been having a pretty good game. She has, I think, all of their free throws tonight made.
Yeah, and again, free throws just between both games that we witnessed tonight have been a pretty big key player.
And here come the subs for Hersey. 5 new girls coming into the game for the first time tonight. Abby Mulster, Nora Lochner. Lexi was already in the game earlier. Mulster was also in the game earlier, and
Yeah,
Hersey Media's very own Morgan.
Yeah, I understand Johnny might be hanging out with some friends on the court tonight. So
Yeah, probably right after this game I'll be hanging out with some friends.
So always nice to see. Maybe you can compliment them. Get some minutes in on the win end. It's a steal right there.
Steal from Lexi. Girl coming up right behind her. Wasn't able to see that. Abby Mulster over to her sister, Ellie Mulster. Ellie's going to set a screen. Looks like she was moving a little bit. No call, though. Here's Lexi now. Lexi to Lochner. Lochner to Mulster. Ellie Mulster. Gotta get it.
I like to see when some of the bench players get points. Nice for the families, nice for the players.
Ellie did already have a couple of points earlier in the game on a free throw. The student section, a minute left in the game, down by over 20,
that's dedication.
And they are still here
You know,
chanting for Rolling Meadows. That is
Orange
dedication.
Crush, take notes. Take notes.
Orange Crush left after the boys' game. It was
Disappointing.
over.
And they advertised both games.
They did.
It's unbelievable.
The OC leaders need to step it up. One of the OC leaders did get thrown out of the game.
That is true. But still, you still have, what, 5 others? 6 others?
Yeah. And nobody stayed.
Yeah. I mean, you got to step up.
1 minute, 40 seconds left in the game.
If it's Johnny Fahey would be the last person in the gym.
I do like cheering for the Hersey teams as a nice little move there to try to get past Morgan. It won't work, and there will be a foul.
Johnny's the type of person to go to a badminton meet and stand there all day.
You know what? I've
Loudest person in the
never
gym.
never been to a badminton meet.
I'm
I would
just
love to
disappointed.
go though.
I would like to go.
Let's
we'll call one.
Let's find
Maybe
a
we'll call
badminton tournament, and we'll call one together.
Yeah, we'll call one. I don't know anybody. I might need to. Maybe we'll ask Mr. Prokes, our head of broadcasting.
Yeah, we'll see if Mr. Brooks is able to get us into a badminton thing. Lexi now into the corner for Lochner, a deep 3. It'll go! A swish! Absolutely drained! A deep 3 from Nora Lochner. And a foul on the ground against Hersey. That is our fourth foul of the half.
What's
Meadows
right the
has
Nora
0.
Locker? She's shooting 33% from three. I mean, for like very few minutes, I would assume. I mean, you're not as much as some of the other starters. That's pretty impressive. 33.
Yeah. Shooting very, very good from beyond the arc. And the first free throw attempt for Cruz will fall.
Well, at least they found somebody, right, who could make those free throws.
Now in the
A
bonus.
bit too late.
Just a minute 15 left in the ball game. And the second one will fall as well.
Wonder, Johnny, if you've been watching Squid Game,
I have been watching Squid Game.
I definitely recommend it to our viewers. Might be dubbed in a foreign language, but
I actually watched it in the foreign language with subtitles.
yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
You're crazy if you watch it in English.
It's just so bad. It's so delayed. I don't. It's just
Yeah.
not what you want to see.
It's so suspenseful.
It's very suspenseful. It's a very, very good.
And I've cried numerous times.
That's
watching
crazy to say.
It. Are you really?
That's crazy to say.
It's
I got a little
very
sad.
Sad moments. There's a lot of
I
sad
didn't
moments.
cry.
Imagine it was you, the Squid Game, and you know,
And-
like it was me.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
it's
who-
not me. There's
I know.
Morgan now
I know,
with a
but
floater. That wall will be blocked.
It's nice to you like to imagine. You know, I'd like to put myself in that scenario.
Yeah, you know. That ball will go up and will not go. Yeah, no, I can't say I would cry to any Squid Game moments. Great show though.
Great show.
A lot of emotion. No tears though. Lochner, her second three of the night. That won't go, just off the rim. Getting boxed out there by
Really, of the
Cruz.
players on the court right now, she looks like she's the most comfortable shooting from beyond the arc. Those players trying to get it inside.
Just 8 seconds left in the game. You know, as we're starting to wrap this up, Huskies pretty dominant performance in this girls' game. Miss Ludis, I was talking to right before the game as she was giving us the stats for this, said, you know, they're going to be a good team. Going to have to lock them down on defense, and they've done exactly that. Holding up within 20 the entire game.
Pretty
like
impressive.
you said, very impressive against a team that gave them a little bit of trouble the first time that
and
they
they
played each
scored,
other.
despite what I said, they scored the most points in their past 5 games.
Absolutely. We want to thank you guys all for joining in tonight. I'm Johnny Fahey. This is Ryan Antonucci, and we will see you next broadcast.